Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Anthony Garcia with the Peaceful Mind Counseling Group. And today I want to address a question we get often, and that's regarding how to overcome mistakes and things that we've made in life that are leading to us carrying this guilt and maybe this shame that we're experiencing. And so we want to address that today. I believe that everyone deserves quality counseling, and we make sure this happens by only accepting to work with clients that we are completely confident we can help. So first, it's important to really understand that there is no cookie cutter approach to this. There is no one size fits all response that I can give to this kind of question, because it really just depends on the gravity, the severity of the situation that's being addressed or that we're coming to therapy for. But generally speaking, when it comes to mistakes and how to forgive ourselves or overcome mistakes, usually that comes along the lines of really acknowledging that if you recognize that a mistake was made, you're already making progress, right? Think about it. I'm sure you can relate. I definitely could with many people in my life, past and present, that people that don't recognize that they've made mistakes are usually those people that are walking blindly through earth thinking that they're perfectly fine. Like they haven't made any mistakes. Everything is good. Everybody else is the issue, right? And so usually when I get people who come to me with this guilt or shame or how to overcome mistakes that they've made and they're being hard on themselves, usually that's already a sign that we've made progress. And what I mean by that is we've made progress because you're already at a position where you're recognizing that some mistakes have been made. And now what you're trying to do is actually work through, well, now that I recognize it, how do I overcome it? Trust me, it's much harder to help someone recognize that they made mistakes than you if you're watching this video and you're at a point where you're saying, all right, I've made a mistake. Well, how do I overcome it? Or how do I fix it? How do I rid myself of this shame or this guilt? And the starting point for me with any client that I ever work with is to tell clients, think about it. If we erased every mistake that we've ever made, if we erased every situation that's ever made us feel guilt or shame, we would also erase the wisdom that comes with it. Think about that. It sounds beautiful, right? It sounds like a quote, but it's a fact. And I tell my clients this all the time. If we erased every mistake that we have ever made, we erased mistakes from our childhood, we erased mistakes from our early adulthood, from even mistakes from a month ago, mistakes at work, mistakes with our relationships, with our family, with our friends. If we erased all of those mistakes from our life, essentially, what would happen is we would also erase all of the wisdom that came with it. And that's extremely important for us to be aware of, because mistakes do come with some wisdom and some knowledge. And usually that's a great starting point to say, all right, well, what did I learn from those mistakes and how can I avoid doing them again? And usually that's the first foundational piece that I lay out for any client working with us to really start building on what it is that has happened and how we can ultimately start moving forward from that. You know, as a Christian man, I always tell people that, even Christ was crucified once. And I mention that, and I always say that very lovingly and very, very kind-hearted, because even our own Savior was crucified once for our sin, not over and over and over and over again. So why would we go and bash ourselves over and over and over again for mistakes or situations that we've created in life, rather than I feel terrible for what happened. I've learned from my mistakes. What have I learned from my mistakes? And from that being the foundation, what we start building on, we can start building for a better future. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you all for watching. I'm Dr. Garcia. Until the next video, don't forget to be kind to yourself. It really is a great start to a peaceful mind.